How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Juan here from SwitchWatch, and I'm reviewing Warriors Orochi 4, the expansion pack. Now, we already reviewed the base game over a year ago, so if you want a comprehensive review on that, then click on the top right hand corner because Jordan has already covered that. I'm going to concentrate purely or mostly on the expansion and what you get for your money. So the review is going to be in a slightly different style because I want to talk about what your options are if you own the game, and for those of you that don't, then this might be the best option for you. So first of all, let me just go over a few things with the base game. Just want to touch on it because there's a few important things you need to know. The base game will take you around 15 hours to complete the main story at the very least, depending on the difficulty you set it to. And there's 5 chapters, and when all is said and done, you'll have completed 50 missions, 70 if you want to complete the side missions too. So it's already a pretty long game, and you're only going to see what most of the expansion has to offer, especially if you're interested in the story, if you've completed the base game. So included in that base game, you had 170 playable characters, which I always found to be an insane amount. But for those of you that love trying new things, then this is going to keep you occupied in just trying new characters and how they fit together in your team of 3. Now, the reason I mention this is because the expansion continues after Chapter 5 and into Chapter 6 and adds 30 new stories and 100 scenarios, and also the ability to unlock 6 more characters. And the reason I mention all of this is because you can't access the new characters or the new campaign until you complete the base game. And I know a lot of people, friends included, that weren't able to do that for one reason or another, purely because maybe they just got bored after 5 or 6 hours and that was enough for them because they found it a little bit too repetitive. Now, I did complete the game and I enjoyed it, but that's because I do enjoy these type of games from time to time just for a bit of mindless fun. So just take that into consideration if you already own it and you haven't completed it. I recommend you complete a mission or 2 because they're 15 or 20 minutes each, and then come back to it once you've taken a break. Chapter 6 will shed light on the story from questions which were kind of left unanswered actually in the previous campaign. So if that's of appeal, then no doubt you're going to like this. Now, you'll be setting off to kill hundreds of thousands of foes, taking down the multitude of bosses that scatter those maps. And for me, it's just great mindless fun where I don't have to think too much after a long day at work. I could just put some combos together and destroy a whole load of stuff on the map. I've always found these games to be addictive, and I keep playing and can't really stop. I enjoy leveling up the characters and getting better weapons and so forth. The mission structures and the objectives remain the same. However, there is some slight improvements to the gameplay, and it is a little bit noticeable in terms of the combinations that you can now put together with your character. And this in part is due to the sacred treasures and the improvements that have been made, which we'll talk about a little bit later in this review. And I also really like the addition of the Musou switch combo, which you can pull off the move with a character, swap characters while you're doing that move, and then pull off another one straight away for causing utter devastation. In Warriors Orochi 4, I always enjoyed messing around with the sacred treasures and the powers they give your character. In the base game though, they were always locked to a specific character. A massive one of mine specifically was to be able to mess around with those sacred treasures a little bit more and swap them in between characters. And it looks like Koei Tecmo have taken that feedback on board and implemented it in this expansion, which is very welcome indeed. I could end up wasting hours trying to sort through all the combinations that are now going to be available just by being able to swap secret treasures with other characters. Another great addition is for you hardcore out there who felt limited at level 100. Well, no more. Now you can promote your character when you hit level 100 and you can continue to level up. So you can promote a maximum of 9 times after you hit 100, taking you to level 1000, which is just insane, seeing as my character is still only around 72 or so. And promoting your character gives you an advantage where you can receive an upgrade stone, and this allows you to upgrade parameters such as attack or defense. It also made sense to include some more upgrades for your camp, and gladly that's been included too, to keep in line with your character development. Warriors Orochi 4 Ultimate is still as playable as ever, feels nice and smooth, feels smoother now than before. I mean, it still runs at 30 frames per second, but I did notice a lot more dips before, so maybe they've sorted something out there as well, which is great. Any further improvements to that is always welcome. Further additions include improvements to the UI, and I did notice, I have to say, it's got a lot more accessible. The menus are a little bit clearer, but the best part is the actual character select menu, which is now more orderly than before. You can choose characters based on what game they have appeared in, which is a nice addition, I have to say. So let's talk about those new characters. I mean, you've already got 170 characters in this game, in the base game. If that wasn't enough, there are 6 new ones, which you will know about if you've seen the trailer, and there's also a secret one, which you'll have to find out for yourself how you get that. So Gaia will be a firm favourite, no doubt, the way she floats across the screen, but I stuck to my own little ensemble. I'm a creature of habit, and I like what I like, so we'll level them to the max first and take her into the new Infinity mode. How else are you supposed to get to level 1000 once you finish the story, other than replaying those levels over and over again? Thankfully, the new mode has been added, which is actually pretty cool, and I can see myself getting stuck into that and losing many hours. It offers unlimited gameplay. You can take on the Trials of Zeus, and you have to attempt to clear the Trials of the 12 Towers with a bunch of dungeons representing the Zodiac. So you can get some serious weapon upgrades from here. They look lovely, so I know where my time is going and where it's going to waste away. How much is this all going to cost? Because it's not that cheap, I have to say. From Amazon in the UK, you can get everything on a cartridge for around £49.99. So the base game and the expansions all included. Digital, if you just want to buy the Ultimate Edition and you don't own the game at all, is £54.99. So you know which I would prefer. Now, if you've got the base game already, then the digital download alone will cost you £32.99, which is a pretty fair whack, and I feel should be cheaper. There is also deluxe versions with some digital extras, but to be honest, that's not for me. If you want to pay the money for that, then that's down to you. And for our friends in the USA on Amazon, you're looking at about $60 basically for the base game and the expansion included on the cartridge. And well, for the price of digital, it's going to cost you the same roughly. For the expansion, expect to pay around $40, and in Europe it's about 70 or 80 for the deluxe. Do what I do, buy physical, because you can always sell it once you've finished with it if you don't want to keep it, which will always fund your next purchase. Something digital will never be able to compete with Space Savers, no offense. Overall then, I like the new features, the fact that the expansion feels very seamless, and I like how they've extended the story. But in all honesty, I don't play these games for the story. The fact that I have another campaign to play was all I needed to come back, and the fact that I can now level up to level 1000 and have somewhere to do it is something I want to try. And with that Infinity mode and characters and some other nice improvements, I feel it's decent. It's a nice expansion, but I do feel that the price needs to come down. So the expansion alone, I give this one a solid 7.5 out of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this review, let us know in the comment section down below. Leave us a thumbs up if you don't mind, would really appreciate that. I've left some links in the description of where you can purchase these games from Amazon, for example. Do make like a 1% commission if you do purchase that, and we put all of that towards the channel, so we're very thankful if you do purchase anything from our links. Lastly, I'm going to put up some videos now. A great bargains video this week by James that releases every single Sunday at around 7 PM UK time. So if you don't want to miss the sales, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out. And also, Jordan puts together a fantastic video on all the physical releases that are coming your way. And what he also does is puts together an awesome community spotlight. So thank you for sending in all your pictures. We really do enjoy looking at those. So continue to send those in, because it gives us loads of material to create the content that we love to make, and hopefully that you love to watch. My name is Juan Romero. Have a great week and weekend, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.